do enjoy it. I'm already noticing this new chair. I need to move the armrests out. My body is just not quite small enough to squeeze in there. Oh, you did? Cool, dude. I gotta try it. You know, I'll probably pull mine off and just take a look at it. Okay, confession time. Confession time. I've never played a Kirby game in my life. Never. I know that's weird. I know it's evil, but I've never done it. I've never once played a Kirby game. If that makes me a bad person, well then, I'm a bad person. I actually like platformers, Addy. I really do. I think platformers are fun. I just don't play them much. Yeah. I just never did. It's kind of one of those things. I just never got around to it. I'm gonna get this. Probably don't need it in a Triforce hunt, but... Yo, Ace, what's up, dude? We're getting in a real quick chip hunt before the main event tonight. We have our Final Fantasy race at 9. I am going to be racing Wind Waker tomorrow. I pretty much made up my mind. It's going to be at 7 o'clock tomorrow. I might get on a little bit early and just practice a little bit and just get used to the controls again. Because I fucking forgot how that shit works. So, I'm noticing already with this chair. If you noticed, my old chair is right back there in the background. I'm in a different chair. I went ahead and... Because I use this as a... Oh shit, I don't have any bombs. What am I doing? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. See if I get lucky. Since I'm using this as an office now, I decided to get a good chair for my office, because look, it's a good chair. It served me well for a short time, but honestly, it gets uncomfortable after a while, and so I went and spent some real money on a nice office chair today, and I'm sitting in it right now, and it's super comfortable. The difference is I got to get used to it. I got to get used to the, the little nuances of sitting in a different chair. It's like everything just feels different. So it's going to take me a little bit of time to get used to this. I'm already noticing an elevation difference. I've never missed that in my life. I've never missed that in my entire life. So... But yeah, this thing better wipe my ass in the end, considering how much money I spent on it. I'm basically embarrassed to admit how much money I spent on this chair. It's really comfortable, though. And you know what I'm not gonna suffer through is sweaty butt. No swamp ass today, boys and girls. It's totally mesh. Glove. Magic. Yeah, we gotta go back in here because we're an idiot. Yeah, this was... I got a good deal on it, considering how much this chair is retail. Again, I don't want to admit it, because it's too fucking much. Oh, I'm so glad I came back for that. But yeah, so we're gonna, we'll be trying. I mean, this is our chair now, so it's not like we again, considering how much money I spent on it, unless there's an actual physical problem with it, I'm stuck with it. So yeah, it was between this and a couple others, but the only thing I'm noticing, and I'm noticing it already, and this is probably just me getting used to it, is the lumbar support on this is very, very different. That chair you can't slouch. It won't let you. You cannot slouch in that. I mean, you can, I guess. You can, but it's going to take effort. Green, 7, and blue. I'm going to go all the way back up there and turn that flute in. You can, but it's difficult to do. You have to really try to slouch in that chair. So my posture has changed, and I'm noticing on this one, because it's, again, it is a completely 100% mesh chair, that the lower lumbar support is very different. So I'm noticing it in my legs. By the way, this is the worst possible place to get flute. It's really annoying to have to do this, then walk back up, turn the fucker in, miss it, go back to it. I'm probably the last person in this planet that has never watched Community. Other than just a couple of random scenes. I've got so much TV that I'm backed up on, it's ridiculous. Just shit that I haven't watched, but I really should. My controller feels stiff today. Seriously, my controller feels a little stiff. It's weird. See, that is just me. Probably just me. Chip! It's my third arrow upgrade. There's some Titone's mitts and another chip. Alright, so I'm gonna go all the way around to Ice Rod. Yeah, I mean, I've heard good things about it, and the clips I've seen have been good. I haven't watched it. Nobody's excuse but my own. Oh yeah, when you buy those games like that, you know that they're just going to be filthy. So what are we at, 6 already? World record pace, boys! Wonder why there's been such an influx of chip races lately. I don't know if you guys noticed, well, I don't know how much attention you actually pay, but there's been a lot of chip races lately. Like, more than you're used to. Normally you get like 1 a week. Now there's like 3 a day. Wow. Front half is loaded. I guess we'd go turn that. Let's just go do this first. Yeah. Well, hey, we're about to run like a 7-hour seed tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. And for whatever reason, I didn't do a charge. I'm just so rusty right now. Hi, kitten. How you doing, Bubby? Why don't you go lay down in your spot? Say hi to everybody. You walk around that like you don't want to sit in there. You lay there all day. Well, actually, today you didn't. Usually you do. Paper Mario. Oh, Paper Mario is such a good fucking game. I love that game. Paper Mario is great. Always. Every time we do this, we get silvers and a Triforce hunt. You don't need silvers and a Triforce hunt. They're meaningless, and we always get them. Every time. Every time we get arrows and silvers and a Triforce hunt. Shit, half the time we don't even find the fucking bow in a Triforce hunt. I've done it before. What are you doing? Hey! Cats. No, but nobody wants the GT Triforce. I've done one before. It was not... Oh, no, you know what? That was a 30 of 20, though. I don't think that was a standard 20 of 20. That was back when they were doing the daily races, the sponsor daily races. And there'd be some wacky ones. And there was a 30 of 20 one time. So we still need the Moon Pearl. You know what, Ace? That is a fantastic question. I've always wondered that. I have no idea. That you are not the first person to ask that question, and I don't know the answer. I have 2 bombs left. No, we'll still go into Eastern. We're here. I suspect that it's got the same logic in it as if you tried to go there with Fighter Sword, where it's going to yell at you and say you can't be here or some shit like that, or... I'm just assuming. I have no idea. We don't care about cleaning up these dungeons. We just care about the items that will be potentially in them. But missing Moon Pearl here. You know, we can get up to 3 from Eastern. I don't think there's any reason to skip this. Although we most likely will not be clearing any dungeons. Unless we have to, we run out of things to do. In fact, I'm pondering if we skip the big chest, or the big key chest. It depends on what we find in these next 2. If there's 2 items left in here after this, we'll probably do it. Otherwise, I might just not. It's like there's almost no reason to do it if we're not going to plan on clearing the dungeon out. I mean, it's going to have a chance to be an item, but if this is an item, I think we're going to save quit. If this right here is an item, we're going to save quit. We're going to skip the big chest, the big key chest. Really? Really? Well, now we're going to go, because now we can clear it and get the last item. First time. First time. I have never seen that. I've seen Bow and Eastern. I have never, ever seen it in the vanilla chest. I have never seen that, ever. Wow. I have never seen that. Only in a Triforce seed. Only in a Triforce seed. Oh, shit. I actually need to play this one close, because... oh, Jesus. I have to do this the old-fashioned way. Oh, that's right. You can't go there. Keep forgetting that. Wasting a little bit of time here, but... shit, we have to kill Armos. I mean, we'll do it. We're here. There's no reason not to do it. Only in a Triforce seed would you see that. That's crazy. Alright, we're gonna stop here and get the fairy as well. This is a strangely tricky dark room. Actually, you know what we'll do? Clear it out this way. Now that actually works great. I never thought of using ether like that. I gotta remember that if I ever have to do that room again. With ether. That's actually really convenient. I shot that too soon. Why have I never thought to do that with ether? I mean, I'm sure that scenario's happened before. Chip! That's kind of worth it. I mean, we got the bow, which may or may not be worth anything here in this seed. But we got a chip out of it, too. That's all that matters. Although we're off the Boyne pace, unfortunately. We're no longer on a world record pace. That's a record that I suspect is going to last for a long time. That's going to be really difficult to beat. The RNG that had to come into that seed being generated is just ridiculous. When the top 5 on the leaderboard, 4 came from 1 seed. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Chateau. Wish there were nacho cheese. I don't do Cool Ranch Doritos, but I love me some nacho cheese. Huh. Figure that. So I'll be curious to where the lamp is at. The lamp's gotta be around here somewhere, because I assume if you're basing this off of normal progression, you know, you gotta eventually go back into Eastern, so I would suspect it's gonna be early. A little bit hard on that one. Hey, look at that. That's a thing of beauty. That opens up everything. So let's go to the mountain. We'll do that entire loop. We'll come back eventually and do, but there's so many items up here right now. I mean, now it's just clear as much shit as you can. Go to the areas of most density and just clear them. The only progression piece that we probably need anymore at this point is probably hammer. But, I mean, so much shit is available to us now. Hammer, maybe mirror. Oh, hey Zeta, what's going on, dude? No boots yet. No boots yet. Triforce hunts, though, are valid for boot seeds for bonk games, as long as we find them within the 15 minutes. I'd say 5 minutes. Still got to be within 15 minutes, though. So, if it's a fast one, even if we find boots, you know, early, it still could be disqualified. So this is one of those weird ones where we don't have the mirror, but we have to do an up and down. But we don't have the hammer, so I guess that works. So we're going to do an up and down here. It takes a little bit longer, but you kind of have to, because you don't have the mirror. Don't have the hammer either, so we got to go up, clear, back down, get the portal from the bottom, go back up. So did anybody get a chance to catch that that race this afternoon? Well, if we know one thing, we're gonna have a new champion this tournament. why I didn't use an arrow there. It would have been faster, but... Yeah. I'll say this. Hippos is a strange cat, man. He's a strange cat. You know, he swings by here every once in a while. You know, we talk. I talk to hippos quite often. That's when I got to remember. He is a strange cat, though. We're down to what? That was the last match of the that was they were around behind, so we're approaching the top 8. I mean, this is what he did in game 2 as well. It's funny, we talked yesterday about this. He swung by yesterday while we were streaming. He said he was gonna he had to do it. He had to take extra risks. And he dove into a pendant dungeon early, found Fire Rod, won the game. It was over. As soon as he got that Fire Rod and then the bow was just kind of sitting out there, the game was over. What I thought was interesting about that whole situation is the post-game. Now, I don't know if you know Hippos. Hippos doesn't do post-game. He doesn't. You know, I've never heard Hippo on mic before. And it's felt like the reason why... I'm so bad at that now. The reason that he was kind of downtrodden is because he and Ben have a good relationship. And he was... yeah, it's over. And he was... Because, again, he snuck in here last night, and he was like, he almost didn't want to win. And that's exactly it, Gil. He didn't want to eliminate him, so... But, you know, he still raced, you know, like he would normally race. So, it was really... It just... The whole post-game seemed weird. Then Ben comes in, and he's obviously downtrodden too, because he's never lost. He's never had to do a post-game where he actually lost. And he sounded really weird, and... the whole thing was just really, really strange. It was very uncomfortable. You could tell that the commentators didn't know what to do. But yeah, just a really strange situation in the end. So, open Fire Rod. Oops, hope if I play him down first. Yeah, I mean, oh no, I don't think Hippos would ever throw a match. I don't think that was, you know, in the cards, but it was a weird, the whole post game was just weird. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know who to root for at this point, because there's a good... Like, out of the people that are left, I'm not sure who the favorite is. When I made my prediction bracket, I put Andy winning it, because Andy has been always right there, but has never quite won. But I've seen Andy race recently, and Andy does not seem like he's racing well. You know, you can get into these funks where you're just racing very poorly. I'm kind of in one now. And nothing seems like it goes right. And Andy is in one of those funks right now. He's not racing well. You know, he's won his last couple of matches, but they've been very close. And they've not been Andy-like. You know, when you see those, like, Andy versus, you know, like the Christos matches, those have been epic matches. This is not like that. So, like, Andy's beatable. I think I'm gonna go all the way around to hype. In fact, I'll take the Smithy with me too. But yeah, it's just it's a weird tournament. Honestly, the one that I think might come out, there's two people in this event right now that I'm still like, I've got a really close eye and thinking that they might win. Whoever comes out of the TGH Gem matchup, which I have Gem winning that one. My predictions have Gem pick that matchup and have Gem winning it. I think whoever comes out of that one has a really, really, really good chance of winning the whole thing. And then you've got Farame. You've got Farame, who is always good. And I could easily see winning this. I wouldn't call it unpredictability of V29. I would call it the V29 balance. This is what the developers wanted. They wanted a balance. You know, V23 through V26 was Dungeon Dive. V27 and V28 were Check Overworld. V29 is about as balanced as you can get. And I think that there's a lot of runners that they're still in that mindset of dungeon diving before anything else, and I don't think that's the right play anymore. So, Pink Kitty has been playing incredibly well. I do think she's going to run into the wall here, though. There's a... because she beat me in round 3, or was it round 4? It was round 3 or round 4 in the Swiss. That was one of my 2 losses in the Swiss stages. I think she's been playing very, very well, but I think she's approaching that time period now where she's going to start running into the people that she still makes. Let's put it this way: she still makes mistakes, and she's in a place now where you can't make mistakes. They're not huge mistakes, but they're there. And they're visible. You see it, and she would agree with that. Yeah, and that she's gonna hit that. She's gonna hit. I think she won game 1 against Zelda, I believe. I'm pretty sure she did. I think she's up a game on Zelda. And Zelda's beatable. Zelda's beatable, but honestly, I think whoever wins between TGH, it's going to be TGH and Gem. Obviously, Christos is still in there. And I think that then, and then Farame. I think those are your winners. It's going to come out of one of those 4, most likely. Or Hippos. And Hippos is still in there, too. I mean, you can't... Obviously, you got to remember Hippos. I mean, shit, he just knocked out Ben today, so... So, yeah, it's gonna come down to a... It's gonna be very interesting when it comes down to the final 8 and even the final 4. I'm checking this one now because I have to, as soon as I check Meyer Ledger, I have to save quit, so... We're gonna do Meyer Ledger after this. Yeah, I think the brackets are a little bit behind. They usually takes them a little bit to get those updated. But, yeah, I could see 5, 6 people maybe coming out of this. Now that Ben's gone. Like I said, I think Gem, TGH, Christos. I'd say Andy, but again, Andy doesn't look good right now. Farame definitely. I think Farame might be my sleeper pick. And then Hippos, yeah. I mean, anybody at this point can win it. Don't get me wrong. Anybody that's still in this tournament right now could still do it. Yeah. I mean, the thing, though, with doing RNG is that it will eventually get you. Eventually, it'll bite him. If that's how he's going to plan on winning these matches, is through RNG, it will eventually catch up to him. And I think he would admit that, too. I mean, I think he'd be one of the first to admit that. I guess we're here. You know what? Fuck it. We're not going to dungeon dive yet. We don't need to dungeon dive yet. We are going to dungeon dive into one here, but it's not that one. Yeah, we're gonna go up, down, and around. There's 14. That's just enough to have forced to do progression to continue. We're almost at that point where we could ignore all progression. I don't want to dungeon dive into a you know, into a mire or a desert that only has 2 items in it at this point. Just doesn't make a ton of sense. Yet I'm gonna dive into this one here that is... Although this one's in logic. And Skullwoods is much faster than either of those. Especially Mire. And remember, we don't have a lamp yet, so... Mire is still technically out of logic. Chip! Oops, get out of my way. So, it's a crystal, we just don't know which crystal it is. I haven't looked at the map in Dark World. Usually I don't look at the Dark World map in Triforce Hunts. But I think I'm actually going to right now so I can see where the 5, 6 are at. 5, and we're 6. 5, 6, okay. Swamp and Turtle Rock. So yeah, as soon as we find... Oops, god damn it, my iteming has been just garbage lately. As soon as we find the second item, we're out, obviously. So Hammer is still out there, Mirror is still out there. Those are probably the only 2 progression pieces that could land right now and actually, you know, change the landscape of this. So we only have 5 chips to go. We are slowly running out of things to check, though. You know what? We're going to check this one first. Although, shit, we have to run back. We'd have to do it anyway. This is much slower. Or much faster. So... That's Hippos. That's just Hippos. That's how he races. You cannot define that as he's doing sketchy things now. He just makes weird plays sometimes. It kind of people wonder about Hippos because of that. I hear people talk about it. But that's just Hippos. He has a strategy when he goes into matches, and he follows it, and they often pay off. Like, the strategy that he did on Ben today was perfect. I mean, he did exactly what he said. He said he was going to do this yesterday. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to get into the whole, you know, sketchy run shit just because of the, there's been so much pushback on that lately. But look, let's put it this way again. I will not accuse anybody of anything without knowing. There's only one time I've done that, and that turned in kind of a shit fest, so. Alright, now we can change this up a little bit. How do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? Yeah, I think that the fact that I've seen hippos make the same play in two completely different scenarios, and one time it works and the other time it completely bombs. There's a reason why it's called doing a hippo. Yo, Addy. Yeah, we're doing it tomorrow. So tonight is Qualifier 2 for Final Fantasy. We're doing that at 9, so that's going to be in 3.5 hours. That's going to be Qualifier 2. We are not, absolutely not going to be near as bad as we did the other day, because that's impossible. It is physically impossible to do any worse than we did the other day, unless we just forfeit. So the good news is that we're looking up. Hey, Bubby. Hey, Ursula. Doing good. How are you doing tonight? Today? It's only 5:40. It's not technically... Well, it's kind of night, but not really. Alright, so we are key locked, so we're just going to get the one. We could steal the key here. Oh, you know what? We're going to do that. We're actually going to go steal the key. We can't we don't need to finish this anyway. Very cool, very cool. This is one of those scenarios where it's not a bad idea to steal the key. If Landmoa has an item, then Landmoa has an item. I'm not going to worry about it. No, it's not at all. Especially in a dungeon like this. It is a bad idea if you do that and it's a crystal in like a normal race. And the reason why is because you're sequence breaking something and you're getting off pace. Like, if this was a normal run, I wouldn't do this. Because we know that progression is locked behind boots, which means we know there's nothing beyond boots that can be in here. So if boots is our go mode item, that's great. We just saved a bunch of time. But in a Triforce hunt, yeah. It's actually kind of nice. You know, in a chip hunt, completely different story. So again, we know where chip 20 is going to be. I'm delaying going back to Death Mountain because of that. Because there is one up on Death Mountain. It's on the floating island. So I'd like to finish there if I can. So we just open up mirror spots. Landmoa has an item, but it's mirror locked. So we haven't gone into Thieves Town yet. Let's go into Thieves Town. We also have, well, we have 3 spots here. We did use the mushroom early, so we can't sequence break that. Why am I going this way? So I think we'll go... Well, I don't know, this could go either way. Again, we're still missing Hammer. And Hammer is the one... Hi. Hammer's like the one progression piece that we're actually looking for. Just because it's been... It makes it easy. But as it stands right now, we're probably going to have at least 2 items beyond here. I'm sorry, we're going to have at least 3, so we'll probably continue through here. But it's also possible that there is one in the hammer chest. So I'm kind of torn if we should... Oh, there's our boots. That's actually kind of a pain in the ass. Hey, Kettlebet! Well, we got good news, bad news. We're at the 45-minute mark. So if we finish under an hour, no bonk game. If we finish over an hour, bonk game. It's that simple. I'm just going to call it 45 minutes. I know it was 45 minutes and a few seconds, but it's close enough. Damn, I was off on that again. I think that one I was actually just south. Don't hit that very often. So, well, hi, Bubby. Well, that's probably not going to happen. Again, we know where number 20 is. The one thing this is weird now is that it does kind of want us to go... Like, Landmo is back in progression now. It's 2. It's kind of unfortunate. We're going to leave here. How do we want to do this? Because I kind of want to check the bonk spots, but I also want to go south. Wow, this is a weird scenario here. So I can get the... Move out of my way. I can go get the cape. Now, we're going to check the north first, because I want to check Bumper Cave and see if Bumper Cave actually has anything. Because if it does, we can immediately turn back around and go do it, so... We might as well finish this. We are right here, so... There's, like, no harm in finishing this at this point. We're basically pot committed to this. We just need to find 4. We need to find 4, and I'm looking... The biggest collection at this point, there's the 3 there plus 1. And then there's 4 checking the south. We have Meyer. Oh, shit. Ah, fuck, I got pulled off there. So, this does not have to be an item. It does not. So, we left an item in here. I'm not horribly upset about that. If this was a normal race, I'd be worried shitless. Again, we want to finish up on the mountain. So anything other than going to Hera right now is good for us. I don't want to go to Hera. Because I'd like to go up there with, like, maybe 18. If we go up there with 18, that works out really well. Because we'll probably find one up there, and then 19, we know where... Oh, shit. We're going to have to come back for that one. So we know where 2 of them are at, and we know where to get the cape. Cape is on the library. So that's actually kind of unfortunate. Because now the other route is just slightly slower. But now we know where 2 of them are at, so we just need to find 3. Now we just need to find 2. So maybe we get one more, then we get these and go to Death Mountain and knock those out. Maybe that's what we do. We do not want to keep this portal. Oh my god, there's one. We're one away. I'm gonna get this last one, and I'm gonna go check the last few spots that are kind of in the open here. We just need one. I don't think there's gonna be a bonk game today, boys and girls. Unless it takes me... Oh my god, we're in go. No bonk game today. That is not gonna happen. We know where 19 and 20 are at. No bonk game today. Because this is 19 and 20's on the mountain. Well, this is the Cape. That's going to lead to 19. You absolutely can. It's going to be something very low, like 5, right? It's actually going to be 4 right now. Yeah, because we've done 3 required. And we did one DoorDash in... Can I give negative bits? You can give negative as in like bad bits. Yes, you can. Those kind of bits, you absolutely can. Well, doing the boots, we're oops. Okay, so we're up to 5 or 6 now, so. I probably won't even go through the credits, to be honest, because there's really no reason to. Oh, shit. Cut the corner. I hate when I do that. I do that more times than not anymore. I don't know why. I'm gonna get my dot done ready. What's the fastest way to do this? Is it still going... Yeah, it's still going to be going this way. Wow, we're actually not going to find the hammer. We have to go this way, because we don't have the hammer. Nobody needs a hammer. First Master Sword Civilist. Oh, man. Isn't that just a bitch? I mean, seriously. I mean, I think everybody should do it just to learn it and realize how fucking awful it is. Yeah, it sucks. Brace when the exorbitant amount of bits can remove a chip. I mean, give me an exorbitant amount of chips, and maybe I'll forget where this one is, and I'll go find another one. Maybe I'll do that. Be a lot of bits, though, buddy. A lot of bits. This race means everything. Doesn't mean shit. I'm glad we didn't screw up and use bombs here. There was a time not too long ago where we did this and we ran out of bombs on that one, on the second one. two fat biddies. We are done. So we were only 6 minutes shy of a bonk game. The value. Well, that was... It's actually going to be 5, Kato. I think it's 5. Because we had 3 intentionals and 2 unintentionals. It's most likely going to be 5. Boy, dude, that record's going to be untouchable. That record is untouchable. The RNG involved in generating a seed that fast is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. There's like no way. Alright, let's see where everyone's at. Oh, somebody's going to do a standard race. That somebody is not us. Oh, man! A nice big pre-race just fired. That kind of sucks. Let's see where everyone's at here. Let's see. Kohaku something is at 14. Sanjimer something or other is at 12. Sayonara Wolf is at 17. And P-Train is not online. Oh, there he is. P-Train's at 18, and he's about to get 19. So P-Train's gonna be done in a minute. He just got 19. 20 is gonna happen here any moment. He probably knows where it is. I think the sub 30 is possible. I just think it's so unlikely. I think it's incredibly unlikely. Oh yeah, P-Train's gonna get 20 right here. He has no idea that he's gonna get it, but he's about to get it. Because he's doing the graveyard. So he'll be done here in a second. So he was only a couple minutes behind. Yeah, that ledge area was loaded. Yeah, he just finished. So yeah. So, three things. One, this chair is fucking comfortable. So, you can't see it. It's much lower. This chair is fucking comfortable. Death to sweaty butt, because it's 100% mesh. It's a nice, good, lumbar-supported office chair. Really comfortable armrests. I like this chair. I just got to get used to it. Two, we'll be back in roughly 3 hours for tonight's Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Qualifier 2. That'll be in roughly 3 hours. Again, we cannot do worse than we did last week, so the sky is the fucking limit. 3, tomorrow at Sweaty. The Sweaty Bum is technical term is swamp ass. Yes. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. 3, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central. So this time plus 1 hour tomorrow. So in 25 hours, we are going to be busting this motherfucker out right here. We're busting out this motherfucker. And we are going to play ourselves some Wind Waker Rando tomorrow. We are going to do it tomorrow. Do not expect a finished race. I do not know how long this seed will take. For an example on this, Demon raced earlier today and got a 320. And he's a guy that speed runs this constantly, so he knows where all the shit is, and he got a 320. A lot of the other guys that I've seen that race this, the seeds range between 5 hours and 8 hours, depending on the difficulty. So there's a good chance we won't do it. So there's a good chance we won't finish. But we'll see how that goes. So we'll start at 7. We'll go until maybe 12 or 1, something like that, because I don't have anything going on. So we'll see how that goes. But we will. That's the plan right now. Is we're gonna do that tomorrow at 7. And we'll see how it goes. So on that note, boys and girls, my wife just got back home from the dentist. I'm sure we're gonna have some dinner here really soon. So I will back in 3 hours. Play a little Final Fantasy. If I don't see you then, have a great Thursday, right? Yes, have a great Thursday. And we'll catch you guys later. All right. We'll see you guys in a few.